Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at the Mabinogi Eternity project, but we're not going to be looking at it on the NA site, we're going to look at it on the Korean website, because the Korean website has more information, so let's hop over there real quick. So on the main official Korean Mabinogi website, right down here you can see Mabinogi Eternity project, let's click on that. Then we click on the Mabinogi logo in the center. And there is a lot of stuff to read here. I think it's better if we go to development history. This is everything listed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories to look at. So this will give us more information and a few more screenshots than what we've seen before on the NA site. So let's take a look at this one first. Taking the first steps in the news of Eternity. As many Militians have been waiting for, we have opened a space exclusively for the Eternity project. I hope they do something like this for the NA site as well, but for now there's only one on Korea for it, which will deliver exciting news in the future. As I'm about to deliver news to Militians in a new space rather than the developer notes or website announcements, it feels a little different. And I'm nervous all over again. Here we will conveniently report issues, concerns, and development news that our Mabinogi team has encountered while working on the Eternity project. We want to give you the feeling that we are continuing to develop with Militians over a long period of time. Of course, depending on the speed or progress of development, it may be difficult to provide news more frequently than expected. Nevertheless, we will strive to provide consistent news in the future so that it can be a space that makes waiting exciting. As this is the first story told by Militians in this space, I would like to briefly explain the current status and direction of the Eternity project. So, classic but classy. Okay, personally I feel a little awkward, but this sentence encapsulates the direction of the Eternity project. This is a slogan that was actually presented internally from the beginning of the Eternity project, so that it would not be forgotten during the development process and everyone on the Mabinogi team could remember it. I believe that the basis of Mabinogi that Militians who come to Mabinogi expect is a fantasy life. And fantasy life refers to all activities that allow you to immerse yourself in the world of Erin. And ultimately rebuilding it will be the core process of the Eternity project. In the end, the goal is to continue the direction Mabinogi originally intended to go from the beginning, and to achieve this, Mabinogi must inherit its classic identity. However, we want to create a sophisticated appearance so that we can present an unrivaled charm compared to any other game. So yeah, we still want Mabinogi to look and feel the same, but we do need to update and move to Unreal Engine. So I'm glad they're keeping in mind that Mabinogi has a very unique look and a very unique identity, and they're trying to replicate that in a way that everyone feels comfortable with. So, current status of the project. So you may be wondering how much progress is being made. A lot of people are wondering that, both in the NA and in Korea. The Eternity project is currently in the prototyping process. However, since it is a redesigned and inherited form of a live game, it is very different from developing a new game. As a result, the purely physical volume is planned is very large. It is difficult to say exactly what progress is being made. However, the Eternity project is going through, or must go through, the following process. We are planning to redesign the server structure and logic into a more stable form. All content as well as Mabinogi's basic movement would have to be recreated in the new engine. In the process, we plan to transfer and improve all data and scripts by renewing them in a better way. Every world and many of its components must be upgraded or rebuilt as they are moved to the new environment. Although this is an old game, there are original drawings and plans that have been lost in this process. While drawing and reproducing a new picture, you must create a new proposal for any content that needs to be modified to match the latest grammar. In addition to this, there are numerous other areas that need to be worked on to prepare Mabinogi for its new environment. In order to complete all this within a reasonable time and present good performance, I think we need to make bold choices, such as excluding infrequently used resources or content. We will explain the development process step by step and share our concerns. With this direction in mind, our Mabinogi team is working with a lot of worry on one hand and excitement and fun on the other. And in the future, we will use this space to tell various stories and be with Militians through the Eternity updates. So I thought about various ways to show the process. To enable this process to be developed together, we ask questions about what issues each person in charge of is actually experiencing and what concerns they are having. I thought it would be better to tell a more direct story about the development. However, not all people in charge, including me, have talent for writing, so they may be poor at writing. I'm a little worried that it may not always be interesting. Nevertheless, the sincere wish to create a permanent world of Aaron is. I wanted to go through this process together because I don't think there's much difference between us and Militians. We expect to be able to tell a wide range of stories by trying more diverse things in the future. Mabinogi Eternity is a fantasy life we create together. So this is why I like the new Korean director. Like, he's saying that not all of their posts will be super exciting to read about, because a lot of it is just boring technical stuff. But he wants to be very honest with the player base, and that is really good. So I really appreciate that they're choosing to be direct with their players about what's going on. Alright, let's look at some Eternity gameplay here. So this is like the Dumbarton area, right outside the Moongate. This looks really good.
어떠실까요? 익숙하면서도 새로운 느낌이죠.
What do you think? It feels familiar yet new. Many people watching are probably watching the broadcast now.
차이가 좀 많이 느껴지실까요?
Do you feel a lot of difference?
네. 하지만 이제 지금 라이브 서버에서 보실 수 있는 덤바튼도 우리를 21년 동안 맞이해준 그 정겨움과 매력이 있죠.
And there's a cutscene when you enter Dumbarton here, which is pretty cool.
네, 덤바튼 들어갈 때 개발 버전으로 컷신을 만들어 봤습니다. 덤바튼 전경을 한번 보여드리고요. 네, 분수대에 드디어 물이 흐릅니다.
Yeah, the fountain looks really good. And we've known about the added staircases for a while. Make it easier to move around.
안녕하세요.
Looks like that character has one of the newer cattails.
저는 웃는 모습이 예쁜 이 캐릭터의 시연을 맡기고 네 올라가서 뵙겠습니다.
Oh, and this is just a brief part where the director talks to the audience. So we'll skip through most of this and get right back to the gameplay. Yeah, there's the director, the Korean director of Mabinogi.
님이 전해주신 소식에 이어드리는 즐거운 시간이 되시길
반응도 마찬가지였습니다. 인터넷 걸로 알고 정말 많은 플레이할 수 있는
산에 저희가 네
그런 내용이 찾으셨는데 한다는 게 어떤 느낌 로그인해서 접속했던
소개
Okay, now we're back in game. I like this skill bar down here. I think this looks fine. I hope we can move it around though. Like, I'd like to have the freedom to move it like anywhere we want on the screen. That'd be kind of cool.
참고하시고 양해해서 봐주시면 감사하겠습니다.
네, 아까 전에 그
And in the very top right corner, you can see like the clock up here.
어디 한번 딴 데로 가볼까요? 어디 가볼 수 있는데?
한번 이동해 보겠습니다.
밤이네요, 밤.
Showing like the in-game time. They don't have a mini-map, so maybe the mini-maps aren't done yet.
네.
성당이잖아요. 스테인드 글라스네.
네. 스테인드 글라스도 저렇게 예쁘게 표현이 돼 있습니다.
And then they have like a health bar and a mana bar and a stamina bar below the skill stuff. Looks kind of similar to how it looks like on like FF14's interface. And a couple of other games.
크리스텔 많이 지금 외치고 계신데 크리스텔 한번 대화를 해볼까요?
좋네요. 예.
So they're gonna talk to Crystal.
밀레시아 여러분들이면은 아마 눈치채셨을 수도 있을 것 같은데 좀 포트레이트에 살짝 변화가 있죠. 네, 이게 몸도 생겼고 인상도
I like how they redid
매력을
books.
살리면서
That's pretty
변화를
cool.
좀 줘봤습니다. 네.
I like how the animation looks when you turn like a page in the book. It's like you're actually like reading a real book, and that's really cool.
그 마음을 같이 동화할 수 있는 그런 세심한 그런 부분까지 신경 쓰셨다는 생각이 좀 드는데 크리스텔과의 대화는 뭐 계속 하고 싶지만
네.
어떻게 더 대화를 나눠봐요 우리?
대화는 이제 더 깊게 나눌 필요 없을 것 같고 저희 이동해 볼까요?
딴 데 볼까요? 딴 데? 예. 여러분들
Oh, that's the inventory. Hang on. No, wait, let's go back a second.
필요 없을 것 같고 저희 이동해 볼까요?
딴 데 볼까요?
Just take a look at that. So yeah, there's the inventory. I like the way that looks. That looks pretty similar to what we have already without any like huge changes. Overall, I'm a big fan of that. And it looks like the hanger there, that's probably the style tab, and then there's a bunch of other tabs for like other things. I'm sure one of these, like this might be the me inventory, and then like one of these is probably the VIP inventory too. And like another one's probably like Echo Stones.
여러분들을 위한 그
I think they're gonna show off the well next. This is pretty cool. I like the animation for gathering water. How like the bucket goes down into the well like that and then comes back up. That's really cool.
우물물.
물도 이렇게 한번 떠보고 이제 계속 이동을 해보겠습니다. 물 그만 뜨세요. 빨리 이동하시죠.
목마르니까.
네, 서점 쪽으로 한번 가볼까 합니다.
서점. 서점하면 우리가 떠오르는
서점하면은 또
아이라인가? 아이라죠?
눈치채셨을까요?
Yeah, the bookstore. This looks nice.
허리를 조금 펴줬어요. 그리고
I think they updated her portrait a little bit too.
또 똘망똘망해졌죠.
책 많이 읽어갖고 힘들었는데 그런 부분에 대한 얘기를 좀 해주셨네.
네.
정말 한 땀 한 땀 정성이 얼마나 많이 들어갔는지가 지금 이 장면에서 좀 보이네요.
네.
네.
다음은 학교로 가볼까요?
학교요. 맞아. 어이구. 스튜어트 선생님.
And Sewer is outside the magic school. A couple of the NPCs are outside of the buildings they would usually be inside of.
스튜어트 선생님이 심곡을
Oh yeah, they say like construction of this school is underway, so like the insides of buildings are not done yet.
나중에는 뭐
And let's go back up
심곡이랑 같이 함께하고 있는.
right over here. You can also see how some of the grass is like clipping through the stone here. I'm not sure if that's like intentional or not. I don't know if they'll change that or not.
여러분께도 신고구의 축복이 있으시길 바랍니다.
And here's the new staircase. So instead of just the wall being here, there's actually a staircase here now. Plus the two staircases on the left and right sides. Like by the bookstore and then the one way over there. So yeah, that's great. I think having the stairs in the center there makes it a lot easier to just go to the magic school.
나중에는 뭐 내부도 한번 기대해 볼게요. 예. 이제 야도 좀 나왔는데 일단 아무래도 지난번 겨울에도 만나봤지만 이게 계단 생긴 것도
네.
디테일을 많이 살리셨구나라는 좀 말씀을 많은 분들께서 해주시더라고요. 그러니까 이런 부분들이 계속 늘어나니까 더 밀레이션 분들이 이 다음 장면에 대해서 더 기대하시는 것 같아요. 또 한번 어디 가볼까요? 어디 가볼까요?
보겠습니다.
Yeah, Manus is in front of the healer's house there.
어이고, 야 많이 벌었네 굿을. 가로등 아유 씨.
올해 플레이하셨던 밀레시안 분들께는 네.
So yeah, I'll be curious to read a post about what they plan on doing about like the insides of old outdated buildings.
끝까지 하시네. 어디 가나요?
네, 남쪽으로 한번 나가 보겠습니다. 왕감자가 네.
Oh, and there's some players gathering potatoes out here.
많이 캐는데?
네,
그죠?
열심히 또 캐고 계십니다. 이상하게 잘 나오네요. 지금 확률 설정 잘못된 것 같은데.
휴지력키 슬쩍 뭔가 서리하는 사람인가?
잠깐만 저기
이거
감자 소리를 하고 있습니다.
이거 서리. 해돋이다.
네, 어떻게 소리하신 거죠?
Listen to those sound effects when they attack rats.
잘 활동하셨는데. 예.
That's really good. Those sound effects. You can hear like the blade.
아까 감자 캐는 모습도 그렇고 이렇게 늑대를 잡는 모습을 보면은 개발 서버에서 이런 모습을 보면 옛날 생각이 저희도 굉장히 많이 납니다.
The bears look really cool too.
용감하게도 봄한테 시비를 걸고 있어요.
그러니까 약간 그 옛날 향수를 느낄 수 있는 장면이 굉장히 많네요.
네.
좀 여러 탄데 그런데 좀 많이 거는 거 아니에요? 아이고. 아니 이 무기가 내가 하는 무기인데 저걸 들고 저렇게 되면 안 되는 거 아니에요? 말로 싸우는 거 아닌데.
And it looks like they're dying on purpose here to show us the death menu.
왜가?
컨트롤이 안 좋은 거 절대 아니고요. 이제 여러분들께 행동불능 보여드리고 싶어서.
Yeah, it looks really good.
이 곰이 진짜. 이 곰이.
저 눈치 없는 곰을
끝내봐.
당장 처리하겠습니다.
이럴 수 있었구나. 그랬는데 참
나오를
나오가
보여드리고 싶었는데.
아니.
네, 저희가 갈 때만. 네.
갈 때만. 이거 진짜 다르네요. 갈 때만.
네, 굉장히 그 감성적인 모습들이 많이 연출이 되죠.
네, 사진 포인트도 많은 것 같아요.
네, 스샷 찍기 정말 좋을 것 같죠.
그리고 몰래 뭐가 젖소.
네, 그리고 이제 젖소도 나옵니다.
어이구.
젖소가 나왔으니까 또 이제 우유를 짜봐요. 젖소 보이실까요? 이제 젖소에 털이 윤기가 좀 자르르 흐릅니다.
잘 먹었네. 예. 이런 디테일 어떠세요? 괜찮아요? 예. 이거 굉장히 많은 분들께서 이 윤기를 위해서 파이팅한 것도 도움이 되네. 예.
네, 그럼 또 이동을 해볼까요?
어디로 가나요?
네, 저수가 있고
양털 되나?
네,
양?
양한테 한번 가보. 네, 양이 좀 있네요.
양?
아, 여긴 허브.
Oh, there's some herbs out here too. I didn't notice that when I first watched this.
원래 허브가 없는데 시연을 위해서 이제 한번 여기다가 이렇게 심어서 보여드려 본 거고.
아.
시연을 위해서 이제 한번 여기다가 이렇게 심어서. 허브가 없어요. 원래 허브가 없는데.
And you can see, like, back there, you can see the dungeon stone. So the dungeon stone guide, NPC, and all that stuff is back there. I don't think they go back there in this video, but at least they're getting the area set up.
시연을 위해서 이제 한번 여기다가 이렇게 심어서 보여드려 본 거고.
아. 네. 양털을 너무 고급도구로 깎는 거 아니에요?
Gathering some wool.
이게 또 마비노기의 묘미죠. 납으로 양털을 깎고 있습니다.
이게 양털 그럼 도대체 얼마짜리인 거예요?
Yeah, it looks
네.
alright.
정말 고급 양털이네. 손길 피하지. 나보고 너무 날카로워.
문게이트는
네.
지금은 작동을 하지 않지만 나중에 또 문게이트가 작동하는 예쁜 모습을 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같습니다. 안으로 들어가 보죠.
그러니까요. 양 얼굴도 너무 귀여웠어.
아시다시피 지금 이제 실시간으로 흐르는 시간이다 보니까 낮도 되게 예쁜데 지금 밤이 돼서
Oh yeah, there's the unicorn statue.
여기는 네, 유니콘 동상입니다. 해외 밀리시안 분들도 여기 굉장히 애정하시는 장소거든요.
이분들 아까 봤던 분 같은데 신고구하고 북마정.
신고구가 자꾸 따라옵니다. 네.
네.
북마정도 여기 있고요.
화면을 너무 좋아하는데 이분들. 네.
유니콘 동상 어떠실까요?
이거 좋죠?
네,
포토 스팟 하면 이럴 만한 데가 없으니까 다 나머지 분들 사진 찍으러 왔구나. 예. 그러면 이거 또 다른 것도 할 수 있나요? 뭐
네, 한번 또 시몬한테 가보겠습니다. 아까 말씀드린 대로 내부 공사 중이라 시몬도 나와 있습니다.
날씨가 좋으니까 야외 작업 좋아요.
네, 그렇죠.
야외 작업 좋죠.
Yeah, and Simon's in front of his shop because it's just not done yet. Oh, so here's like the crafting menu for tailoring. That looks good.
이게
단순히 저희가 포팅만 하는 게 아니라 편의성이나 아니면 기능 측면에서도 훨씬 더 좋은 경험을 제공해 드리기 위해서 여러 가지로 고민하면서 개발을 하고 있습니다.
And the animations look good too.
저 물레도 딱 할 때만 돌아가네요.
네, 그렇죠. 이렇게 깨알 같은 연출도 신경 쓰고 있습니다.
디테일. 어깨 나가겠네 시몬. 어쨌든 뭐 어깨 좀 안 좋을 것 같은데.
저 어깨가 괜찮습니다.
네.
드디어.
쌩쌩해.
근데 저 얼굴은 지금 임시로 적용된 거라서 시몬이 갑자기 초미남이 된 건 아니고요. 네. 시몬도 이제 본인의 얼굴을 찾을 겁니다.
밤에 조명 밑에서는 좀 다르게 보이니까 또 우리가. 네.
염색을 보여드리겠습니다.
Oh yeah, and the dyeing menu they're working on, that looks good.
이 의상도 이제 이터니티 버전으로 새로 만들어본 의상이고 그 의상에
So it looks like they're just doing like a test play of everything they've done like up until this point.
한뎁스에서 편하게 하실 수 있는 그런 방식을 지금 굉장히 고민을 많이 하고 있고요. 그리고 이제 염색뿐만이 아니라 다른 컨텐츠들도 이런 방식으로 이런 방향.
Because most of the stuff we've seen before in like previous updates, except for like the character creation menu.
저분이 리뷰를 참 좋아하세요. 네, 리뷰를
This time it's more about like actually testing out what they've done and like seeing how well it performs.
시연하시는 분이 계속 리뷰를 고집하고 있습니다.
누가 시연하셨는지는 정보를 주셨네요. 네.
이제 또 한번 다음 또 밖으로 나가 보겠습니다.
염색까지 딱 봤으니까 아무래도 우리가 고구? 어디요? 어디 가요?
가보자고 조금 올드한 것 같은데
실시간 디스.
자, 덤바튼 밖으로 나가서
Alright, they're gonna fight an armored bear.
아머베어가
이 피오드에 있던
네.
친구 아니에요?
The armored
그쵸.
bear looks
네,
pretty cool.
볼수 있는 암호 배우인데 네, 보여드리고 싶어서 소환을 해봤습니다.
And you can see they haven't added the NPCs in front of it yet, but they have the commerce tent out there, the trading tent.
오.
잘 아시겠죠? 지금 스킬도 저희가 새로 이제 기획된 스킬들을 적용해서 전투의 방향성을 지금 테스트를 해보고 있는 과정이라고 보시면 됩니다.
암호배우도 훨씬 더 좀 뭔가 좀 다른 느낌 나네요.
네. 그리고 지금
Living outside of the walls of Dumbarton must be kind of scary. I mean,
아이고.
there's a light on in that house next to them.
뭐야?
Imagine just like being a simple farmer and like
네, 좀 살려주세요.
looking out your window and they're super-powered characters fighting a giant bear.
살려달라고. 파기 없대. 버리고 가자고? 어이 세상은 그래요. 이렇게 날카로운 거예요.
여러분 저게 다 애드림입니다 지금.
어느 순간
굉장히 잘 해주고 계시네요.
본인들도 이렇게 즐기고 계시네.
네, 그리고 눈치채셨는지 모르겠는데 지금 이동 속도도 지금 그냥 시연을 위해서 잠깐 적용한 게 아니라 실제로 지금보다 더 높은 이동 속도를 적용하고 거기서부터 게임을 재설계해보는 그런 과정을 거치고 있습니다.
아.
Oh wait, did that person just activate Spellwalk? That one back there? Let's see.
재설계해보는 그런 과정을 거치고 있습니다.
아.
Yeah, that must be what the effect for Spellwalk looks like. That blue aura, like around their feet and legs.
아, 저건 아까 제가 생성한 캐릭터네요.
맨 앞에 있다. 예, 밀레시아님. 예.
지금 여기 계신 분들은
Oh, and there's someone charging up Ice Spear. You can see the icon and the skill.
어유.
Yeah, it looks good.
어유.
So they're all showing a lot of stuff off.
시키지도 않은 멋을 부리고 있는. 아, 네. 네.
어떤 분들이에요?
네, 여기 계신
Charging up
분들은
Thunder.
지금 실제 마비노기
I use Thunder a lot, so that looks pretty cool.
이터니티 개발팀 분들입니다.
아.
인사 한번 하시죠.
안녕하세요. 이야, 이게 전 AI인 줄 알았는데 그게 아니었네요.
네, 실제 개발팀 분들이고
네.
지금 이 시간에도 개발을 진행하고 계시다가 이제 밀레시안 여러분들께 직접 이터니티의 모습을 보여드리고 싶어서 이렇게 모여봤습니다.
I want to show you what Eternity looks like. So yeah, they've done a good job showing what like we can expect from this update. So far, this looks really good.
아, 오늘이요?
네.
주말에?
네, 지금 실제로 판교에 계십니다.
아니 왜 야아라고 하면서 속으로 다 웃고 있어요? 잘한다 잘한다는 눈빛으로.
네, 행복하시죠?
네.
여러분 그래도 행복하시죠?
호호 나.
And it's good that they all have like a variety of different like outfits and skills and stuff to show off.
네, 근데 진짜로 저분들 판파 오고 싶어 하셨는데 못 오셨죠.
아이고. 그래 다 행복하대요.
Like we see Tails, Halos,
유튜브 하기 힘드니까. 이 개발진 여러분들한테 좀 따뜻한 말씀 해주세요 그래도.
skills, wings.
개발팀 여러분, 네, 밀레시안 여러분께 지금 개발팀 여러분들 지금 고생하셨다고 박수 한번 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 아시다시피 판교까지 좀 멀어서
That character is showing the resting skill.
맞아. 이제 느끼셨다. 아 라이브다 정말 생라이브.
네, 이제 개발팀 분들 이제 돌아가셔서 다시 개발 마저 하시면 됩니다. 안녕.
맞아요. 배고프다 뭐 이런 얘기를 하는데 그래요. 뭐 퇴근도 중요하지만 인터넷 개발은 계속 돼야 되는 거니까 그렇죠? 예. 그러니까 여러분 안녕히 가세요. 개발하러 뭐 퇴근은 뭐 그렇답니다.
아 물론 할 일 다 하시면 퇴근하셔도 되죠. 할 일 다 하고 이제 퇴근하시면 됩니다.
가족이 있어요는 너무 심하잖아. 어떻게?
화가 많이 나셨나 봐요.
뭘 자꾸 던지려고 그러네. 예.
So this is pretty cool. They've dropped some items on the floor here. It looks like there's some berries, and you can see them from a few different angles too. And then that's something from like tailoring, like maybe some thread. And then that's herb, probably a yellow or a gold herb.
저번에도 한번 보여드렸죠, 마나실드.
Oh, and there's a potato. Well, maybe that's, I don't know, that could be a coconut too. But
마시를 키면
there's that.
이분이 아까 그 개발 리더 분이신 거죠? 아까 우리 시연해 주신 분들.
아 그리고 지금 이제 저 대신 시연을 통해서 여러분들께
So it's just cool to like see how even those items that are dropped on the ground look better.
저분은 네, 개발
And there was the guy playing when the director was talking after the director went on stage.
수염이 없으시던데.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the gameplay from the fantasy party. Alright, let's play some Mabinogi today. Get rid of all that stuff. And let's get this done, resting for 5 minutes. I guess this spot will do. Ooh, my bond is actually pretty low with the spirit. Okay, let's go and buy some gems for him. These are pretty expensive right now. Sometimes they're cheaper. That's alright, we'll pay a little bit more, it's fine. I care more about spirit weapon leveling. Yeah, let's take those 60k ones as well. It's okay. I have like a little over a mil on me. Alright. Grab all this. And I'm gonna need to raise my spirit's like ability a different way. Well, their bond. Let's use that.
이어진 길은 내일을 다을까 보내지 못한 어제의 나를 도닥여주며 부르던 노래 그날 보았던 붓빛 상자리 여전히 있을까 모두 떠난다 해도
Okay, one more. Alright, level 80. And that means we get new quests too. Defeat 50 ancient monsters. That'll give us 3 EP. That's a lot. Okay, with 7 we can take this up. And we need 9 EP to max that out. What's this? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can find those ancients doing some commerce. Last time I had to do that quest for another spirit weapon, we actually had some pretty good luck finding ancients. So maybe I'll do like a big ancient hunt like today or tomorrow when I do commerce. I'm not sure how much commerce we're gonna get to today. Oh wait, I have 55 coins? That means I can get one of those seals. Perfect. Okay, rank 4 fin crafting. And we got 4 MP. And for Dan tests, I think we got Dan 3 charging strike. So there's pummel and uppercut now. I honestly forgot you could Dan rank the uppercut one. But let's work on pummel next. Increase that one's damage. Let's put that up there. These are good. Where'd those XP fruits go? They're there. Let's switch over to Blast Lancer. I think I should run Nowhere to Run today, since we have that Forgetful Potion too. Like, I can probably max out Blast Lancer today. We only have 2 levels left. And what's the daily shadow missions? Because once I rebirth, I'm gonna have to do something to level up a bit. Rescue the scout and Lingering Darkness. We'll do Lingering Darkness. Let's head over to Tara. So we can get one of those Baltane crystals from this bag. And then use that. Okay, so there's the boss. Let's get close. Stop your abyss. Freeze. Oh, that leprechaun thing's still going on? Not that matters. Nothing ever really drops from it anyway. Okay, so now we're level 60. Now we can go do that Baltane mission. Let's use that crystal. And we'll also have this too. Last thing I need is a pass. Crap, the pass thing is one thing I didn't think through. We can try pulling a pass. I'm sure we'll get at least one. Yeah, one of these has to be one. There we go.
빛을 따라 걷다 처음 마주한 곳 비밀스런 두 개의 달 고요한 문 앞에 선다 단 한 번 열어본 적 없는 저 너머 푸른 나무들 사이로 외로운 바람이 분다 꿈만 하고 그런 것들 허무하게 바라지 않아 욕심일까
A little bit of both in this case. Nowhere to Run doesn't really require that much effort, but we will be leveling up a lot. I think I'm finally gonna get Blast Lancer level 50 today. Like it's a little over level 48 right now. Oh, that's this appearance update that Pando did on its own. Like, I could technically disable that if I really wanted to. Pando has like a lot of appearance options, but yeah, it just sort of adds that around Halloween season. There'll be a Christmas tree there in December next to him. There are other programs that just naturally get into the season too, like VLC Media Player, for example. Like the safety cone always puts a Christmas hat on top of it, like around December. I'll keep an eye out for news posts, but I think we might be getting a Halloween event this week, because like we usually get a Halloween event that starts like mid-October, so it's time. Okay, how far along are we here? Almost level 49. Oh right, and I should use this pet buff too. That'll give me a small XP boost for 10 minutes. Okay, good. So we're level 49 now. Okay, so the good news is I made it to level 200, so we got the most out of this. And 30% of the way to level 50 for Explosive Vanguard. Let's gather up any materials here and get out. So I'm looking for gems mostly. Like that ruby there. Don't want to leave without that. Luckily, the bunny doll bag does a pretty good job getting most of the gems. Like, we're not missing much. Alright, let's go. And then we also have a Forgetful Potion, which is great. Let's go do Grandmaster missions. I'm gonna put off doing the Veteran Dungeon until later in the day, so I can stay in Explosive Vanguard and get more experience for that. Looks like I'll be able to get a Forgetful Potion tomorrow as well. So I'm guessing that I probably won't level up to level 50 today. We'll probably get it finished tomorrow. Pick this up one more level. Get 1 strength. Wait, how many seals do I have for Fate Astrologer? Do I not have any yet? I thought I at least had like 1 or 2. Huh. Well, let's start working on it. Fate Astrologer. There we go, that's 3. Do some starfishing. How much of that bait do I have? We have 100 constellation bait. Okay. Let's do some commerce to level up. I think that would be a good idea. Let's maybe try it from Dunbarton. Let's get some fine leather. Daily dungeon today is math dungeon. Okay, let's take this stuff to Tara for 202. Coward trying to run away from me and also getting help from bandits. No way. Get back here. Where are you running to? Okay, no more running away. Ugly fish. So they did drop some armor for us. Bet this is pretty useless compared to a lot of the stuff these days. Oh, I also have to remember to take down Ancients for that Spirit Weapon quest. That one looks a little fat. Yeah, he's Ancient too. It's a little bit harder to tell with animals than it is with, like, humanoid-looking monsters. When you see like an ancient animal, like a wolf or a raccoon or a spider, it just looks like a bigger, more vicious version of that enemy. That's why it's like harder to tell at a distance. But if it's more of like a humanoid monster, like a goblin or something, then it just looks like it's overweight or something. Its body proportions are all weird. Okay, finally at Tara. We're a little bit more than halfway to level 50. Alright, that's good enough. We're gonna switch back to Dark Diviner and do the veteran run. Before I do that, actually, I should find out what the veteran dungeon is. Foil dungeon. Okay. Alright, let's go. Get this cleared. Oh, one more thing I should do. I should activate the Grandmaster effect for Battle Astrologer. That'll give us a slight boost with those skills. Alright, boss time. So the Headless is the main boss here. Let's get rid of that giant fireball real quick. Good. On second thought, that one will get finished off with the meteor. Okay, first one. second one, and third. Oh, you're gonna be cheap like that. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Give me this again. Oh, you stay over there. There we go. Okay, he's done. There, 27 minutes and 51 seconds. And welcome in. Just finished up the daily veteran dungeon. Reforged tools, spirit gems, smoldering thread. Ooh, ruby. Yeah, that's... we have math dungeon for the normal dungeon today. I guess I could run that. I mean, like, I've tried Maple Story a few times in the past, but it's never really stuck to me. But, I mean, I would have no problem with, like, trying again if I ever have some spare time to do so. There's just so many games to play. I don't even really mind, like, the 2D, like, part of it. Like, I've played 2D side-scrolling games before. Closers was like that. So was L-Sword and all that. I don't know, I just kind of felt like early Maple Story was kind of boring, and like maybe I didn't give it enough time to like get good. Yeah, that might be something I might look into like later this week or early next week, depending on how like Blue Protocol goes, because I don't know if I'm gonna like keep playing that game or drop it or what. Well, Mabinogi's a pretty big grind too, so I don't know if I can handle 2 super grindy games. One's kind of enough. Yeah, I've been noticing that you haven't really been playing that game, like at all. I'm assuming it's like the gameplay that's kind of a turn-off then, because like the fashion is actually pretty good aside from the fact that it's a gacha game. One of my usual commenters on YouTube commented on like the first Blue Protocol stream I did, and he said something about how like around level 32 or 33 or something, like the game gets like time gated or something like that, so, and that's kind of a problem. So maybe I'll get to that point today. But yeah, I don't really, I don't know, like... I've kind of lost faith in a lot of new MMOs. That's why I'm hoping for Mabinogi, like Unreal. That and Mabinogi Mobile. The only reason I'm so hopeful for Mabinogi Mobile is it looks really solid and no one says anything bad about it. The Maple Story's old, so maybe I will like it. Maybe I just haven't given it enough time. I mean, the big mystery is the release date. Like, I'm already kind of familiar with, like, what a lot of the NPCs look like and what the classes are. And, like, the map and stuff. I think the release date's gonna be either, like, late this year or, like, early next year. They're just getting it all translated and all that. I can also kind of understand it from, like, the developer's perspective, because, like... they don't want to release it too soon, otherwise we're gonna run out of stuff to do and complain, because... I mean, they only have Gen 2 over there. They just got E-Main and the Gen 2 storyline, like, a couple months ago. So it makes sense to make us wait a little while until there's actually a lot of story. That way we don't get caught up too fast. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm even gonna get like a PNG tuber of Xanafied Cat, but like instead of the usual style, I'm gonna have him like done in like a more like cell shaded style that kind of matches the like mobile art style a little bit better. Yeah, but at this point, like, I'm kind of just assuming January, February, there'll be some sort of post, and we'll probably even see an announcement on the Mabinogi website for it. Like, Nexon posts about their games there, whether it's Cartwriter or Maple Story, they'll definitely post the Mabinogi mobile announcement on the Mabinogi website. Right now, what I'm looking forward to the most is Halloween events starting up. Like, that's what I want to see. I can wait on anything else. Also waiting for, like, Contraband Police. Like, that DLC is supposed to come out this year, so... kind of a shame Blue Protocol is a disappointment, though. Yeah, and I've actually read, like, the Steam community forums over there, and I guess as far as we know, like, multiplayer is not a priority for the devs. It's not something that they really want to bring a lot of attention to. But maybe if enough players actually want it, maybe they will do something like that. It'd be nice just to even co-op with like one person, because there's so much to do in the game. Well, that's good because I'm a horrible driver. Like, if you ever see me drive in Contraband Police, like, 70-80% of the time, I'm horrible. I'm crashing into something. and then like some of the time, sometimes I have a good run. Like sometimes I go in there to like make a good run. I have almost no crashes at all. But like most of the time, that's not the case. The funny thing is, you can get drunk off of like the vodka in the game, like for a little bit. And the funny thing is I drive better when my character drinks the vodka. I have no idea why. Like you see everything moving and all that, you're more likely to crash. But no, my driving skills go like up in that case. It is pretty hard to actually, because there are two ways to start a vehicle in Contraband Police when you're in the driver's seat. You can actually like hover your mouse over like the ignition in the car and then like click to turn it on, or you can just press G on your keyboard. But like it is actually really hard to turn the ignition with the mouse when you're drunk. I have seen Red Dead Redemption like on Steam before. I mean, aside from the fact that it's like a shooting game of some kind, I don't know that much about it, so I'd have to do a little... I have to check out the store page and take a look at it. Rockstar game. I've played like GTA 5 online a little bit. Let's actually take a look. Like if I say I'll look at it later, then like I'll probably forget or something or get lazy about it. So I'll just check it out now. But yeah, I've seen this game around, like sitting here. Let's look at some screenshots. Looks like it's mostly a cowboy shooting type game. I think there's some zombies in it from what I've heard. Like they're like some undead. Similar to Dying Light, that's interesting. I'm more of a melee weapon guy though, like, so I wonder what melee weapons are in the game. Like, even in zombie games, I rarely use guns unless I have to. I think what I'll do is I'll probably try and check it out on, like, Twitch later and watch, like, people stream it or something and, like, just see what kind of weapons they use, see if there's any kind of melee weapon. Let's see the requirements here. 2 to 4 gigs for the graphics card, that's not a problem. What year was this anyway? 2019? Yeah, it's 6 years old, that's not too bad. Yeah, you've been bouncing around between like 100 different games lately, but still haven't found anything quite yet, huh? Enjoy the single player experience. Okay, a lot of hackers, a lot of, okay. I also noticed you haven't been playing that Sonic racing game that much, too. Like, lately. Third-party launchers, yeah, that kind of stuff is annoying. It'd be nice if they had a demo, but they don't. More games should have demos. Like, even if they're short demos, I don't care if they're like, you know, you can only mess around in this one small building or whatever, but like, give us the ability to move and like 1 or 2 enemies to fight so we get like a basic feel of like how the game is and how well it actually performs like on our computers. Because some games are just poorly optimized. What's the usual price on this one? It's not on sale. 60 bucks. Yeah, that is a pretty good sale. I'll think about it. Now I'm curious though, like, I think Dying Light 2 came out in like 2000. I mean, the first Dying Light came out in like 2015. What year did Dying Light 2 come out though? I don't remember the exact year on that. Okay, 2022. Wow, it's really been only that long? Because I remember playing this when it first came out. Well, maybe that's for Reloaded. The original Dying Light 2 may have came out a little bit earlier than that. No, it feels like it's been more than 3 years. I'm gonna figure that out, actually. Yeah, I guess February 4th, 2022. Huh, doesn't feel like it's been 3 years since I've played it. It feels like it's been longer than that. And while I'm here, I might as well check the... I doubt there's any new information, but let's check out the main site. Oh, here's something new. A live stream announcement. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. I might have to, maybe what I'll do is I might stream Dying Light 2 at like 11 a.m. to like 1:50 or something in the afternoon. So I can still play Dying Light 2 for nearly 3 hours. Because I would still like to do that, but I'm not going to miss this stream. Cool, this will give me insight on all the events they're going to be doing. The plan is to play Dying Light 2 on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from noon to 3, and then do Mabinogi from like 4 until like 6:30 to 6:50 or whatever, then switch up to Blue Protocol from like 7 until whenever I feel like. And if I can't stand Blue Protocol in the next day or two or whatever, then I'll switch to something else. I don't know, it's just like there's a lot that I want to play right now, and like I also want to get like a lot out of the way. Like I want to work on Blue Protocol while I have time, and if I'm gonna play Dying Light 2, I want to get that done quickly because I'm trying to get this stuff done before like the Contraband Police DLC comes out, because whenever that comes out, that's going to be a major priority for me. I'm super excited for that DLC. So yeah, I'm just kind of overwhelmed with like things to play at the moment. So quality of life changes, new events. The Halloween events for Mabinogi are almost always really, 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 really good. So I'm really I always look forward to that every year. There was only one time like 5 or 6 years ago when they released a disappointing Halloween event, and we burned them really hard in the forums over that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Pummel Dan test, and then after that we're gonna switch to Blue Protocol when we're finished with our 2 tests. That's sort of the plan right now, so yeah, we'll probably wrap up Mabinogi around 6:40-ish, give or take. I don't have access to that hidden fighter skill, I guess, but it's alright. There we go. Hey. These enemies are being a real pain in the butt about this. Let's just get that one since he was planning on attacking anyway. Alright, well the enemies were a little annoying, but we actually passed. And I don't feel like getting 100 XP on Pummel, so we'll do Spinning Uppercut Dan 1 as well. So... damage goes from 900% to 930%. A little bit of a buff there. And Spinning Uppercut next. Alright, that's done. Let's go ahead and get out of here. And train those up tomorrow for their next stand tests. So this one's damage goes from 600% to 630%. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap up the Mabinogi stream right around here. For now, the Mabinogi streams are a little short. That might change when the Halloween event comes out, because usually those have a nice little short story that go with them. So I'm guessing those events will be starting on Thursdays, since they're going to be talking about it on Tuesday. But we will be back with Blue Protocol, so we'll start that around 7 o'clock. So, about 20 minutes. Not going to do the 30-minute countdown thing for that, we're just going to kind of jump right into it.